At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
The lights are on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. It's the final semifinal game of Class 1A here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Everybody, it's Class 1A. Southeast Warren and Sigourney Savages in this semifinal to find who gets to play the last game of the 2024 season here. Two teams that 1A is a wide open field, and it has been great so far in the quarterfinals. Let's see how the semifinals go on. Southeast Warren head coach Cody Reynolds out there with his squad right now, and Shelly Striegel for Sigourney, and you're going to see some great pitching here to come. We are featuring Kaylin Holmes, who is the pitcher for Southeast Warren. She's 20-2 with an ERA of 1.06. Then you have Carly Goodwin for Sigourney, a 21-2 record and a .33 ERA. We'll take a break, and we'll meet the starting lineups and the reserves when we come back from Fort Dodge here on the Digital Network, presented by Mid-American Energy Company.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Softball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
Let's meet the starters and the reserves for the Savages and the Warhawks. Now let's go upstairs for public address.
forward, Sigourney. Number 3, Lana Thomas. Number 7, Charlie Smothers. Number 13, Taylor Renner. Number 15, Abel McCulley. Number 17, Kinsley Walker. Number 18, Addison Richardson. Number 20, Caitlin Dupuy. Number 21, Madison Clarahan. Number 22, Sadie Clarahan. Number 23, Evan Smallwood. Number 24, Carmelita Cave. Number 26, Kia Montgomery. The assistant coaches, Cole Striegel and Roxy Striegel. Now to the starting lineup for the Savages. Leading off, the junior playing second base, number 27, Ava Fish. Batting second, the junior, the shortstop, number 10, Danny Aller. Batting third, the senior, the pitcher, number 1, Carly Goodwin. Batting fourth, the junior, the catcher, number 9, Josephine Moore. Batting fifth, the senior, the first baseman, number 6, Aaron Dawson. Batting sixth, the senior, the center fielder, number 11, Maya Smallwood. Batting seventh, the senior, the left fielder, number 19, Ava Finneran. Batting eighth, an eighth grader, third baseman, number 25, Ella Brunn. Batting ninth, the sophomore, the DT, number 8, Patty Finneran. And the flex player playing right field, number 5, Ren Clarahan. Head coach for Sigourney is Shelley Striegel. Ladies and gentlemen, our umpires for this contest. At first base, Gary Wack. Third base, Shane Waggle. Throwing the ball to strike, Tony Vandergrift. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play state tournament football.
One more to go here on the semifinal side. On the other diamond, Martinsdale St. Mary's is leading in their contest in the semifinal. They're number 1 in 1A. They're playing the hometown Fort Dodge St. Ed's. I kind of got the sense that we were alone over here because everybody else from Fort Dodge, any casual fans, are there cheering on the Gales. Here, it's Sigourney, which again, Southeast Iowa, like we had in the last game, and Southeast Warren, which is, yes, it's Southeast, but it's Warren County, south of Des Moines. And we already had Norwalk and Martinsdale St. Mary's, both from Warren County. We have the potential for an all Warren County final. But I think the Savages have something to say about that. Laura Leonard, who's back with me now, and got your break. And when I call break, you had to go work and gather some comments that we'll bring in the live broadcast here on Friday. But in this one here, 0.33 ERA and right about 1 ERA. Pitching is the headline for me. Is it for you?
Yeah, it is. I was just thinking as we sat down and getting ready to go here in this ball game, you have to believe that. Now, that last game went fairly quickly, and it was because those pitchers were in the zone, they were around the plate, and the hitters were putting it into play. And I think we're going to see the same kind of thing here, is that these pitchers are going to challenge these hitters and make them work. But I think you're going to see a pitcher's duel here in this ballgame.
Southeast Warren, 24-2. Sigourney set 24-7. The first pitch coming from Carly Goodwin at 8:54. We're pretty much sticking with the 82-minute delay. We did not make up any time in the air on our flight. Let's just hope there's a gate for us when we land. The first pitch misses. The second one is a swing and a miss by Lexi Clendenin. The sophomore leads things off for the Warhawks, who are in their all-white uniforms with some green letters and numbers. That pitch is high. The Savages in their all-black pants, white top, black font surrounded by gold. Goodwin, the brace on the right elbow, winds and fires the 2-1. Somehow Clendenin lays off. She really wanted that one. That's that yes, yes, no approach at the plate that coaches talk about.
You have to be smart and make that adjustment, and they are making Goodwin work here in the first appearance at the plate.
She gets a swing and a miss. Goodwin on the season, 21-2 with a .33 ERA. She struck out 331 batters. She's only walked 10. I repeat, only walked 10 over 148 innings pitched, and that is a strikeout to start the game.
And she battled back from being down in the count and had to throw a lot of pitches to get her first strikeout.
That'll bring in Natalie Geisler. She was all-conference last year, most likely to be all-conference again this year. 5-year starter for Coach Reynolds. 5-year starter, love it. First pitch coming from Goodwin. It's popped up into the net, above us and behind home plate. The 0-1 is hit towards second. Crashing in is Fish to make the play. 2 down.
Fish had come a long way. I think initially Dawson looked at it and turned and looked over her shoulder and saw Fish was charging hard and gave way and let her make the basket catch.
Well, again, anything within a short distance of the plate has a weird spin, and that one just kept getting that way. Right at Fish again. She pulls it out of the night sky for an out. Fish makes back-to-back plays. First a pop fly, then a liner. We've played half an inning. Here comes Sigourney to bat.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Scan your QR code. I'm sorry, that's Central College. I read the wrong one, Justin. That's all on me. Central College and QR codes. Let's do Central College. That's all on me, everybody. I knew.
It's late.
Level up on them. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Congratulations to the Central baseball coach, Adam Carey, on his recent engagement. First pitch that Ava Fish sees. She lines to right. Fish set the table for Sigourney last night to win. She's off to a hot start. She made the last 2 defensive plays, Laura. It's the Ava Fish show.
It is, and I'll tell you what, that last out that she made, that was a shot, and she got her glove up there just at the right time to snag that ball, carried that momentum with her into the batter's box and starts things off for Sigourney.
Danny Eller up, shows bunt, gets it down, crash fielded, booted by Friedley, and covering is Ewing to third. Otherwise, Fish was going to be at third. Instead, 2 pitches, 2 base runners. Aller is at first, Fish is at second, and up to the plate, Carly Goodwin.
Well, they're starting things off very quickly with the base hit, then the error. I think Fridley just tried to throw that before she really had a good grip on that ball.
Goodwin had the game-winning RBI that put them over the top. They still scored 2 more runs, but you only need to win by 1 in sports. And I asked Carly after the game, I said, obviously you're the top of scouting reports. People know who you are. They know that you're going to do this and this and this. But what's that like when you are the top of your team? The team looks to you. She says that's just, part of the game. The 0-1 is hit foul and out of play. There's pressure when you're the top player.
I think in every team it all kind of works its way out. I think, here's your leaders they kind of rise to the top and everybody kind of follows them. Then you have your organizers and you have a whole bunch of different little segments within the team that all mesh together. And, talking to some of the college coaches, they have certainly talked about doing some things where they have put players in certain groupings.
And I asked the same question to Coach Striegel. What do you think of this? And she says, well, actually, Paul, how Ava Fish goes is how we go. She's the one that sets the table. Now, there's a little bit of coaching there of taking off some of those expectations, helping another player, but Goodwin puts it into right, and it's going to find a hole between second and right field. Runners are going to move up and be full. Fish goes to third. Aller down to second. Goodwin to first on a single to right.
Fish held up right, just maybe about half a dozen steps from second base, making sure that ball was going to get down. And as soon as it hit on the ground, she hustled over to third. She didn't go right away. She didn't go on contact. So that's why they're loaded up and not a run being scored.
Look at J.C. Neer. She is running that huddle right now. What's that like when the catcher comes out and set the tone?
That's what you expect from a catcher. They're the ones that are kind of the leaders on the field. They direct traffic out there. She took charge in that little huddle right there, and see what happens. You're going to have the infield drawn in. Ground balls, you're going to come home, see if you can turn the home to first double play and get out of this.
Bases loaded to Josephine Moore, and she looks at a first pitch strike. Guess what? She's one of the top hitters of home runs in Class 1A. She's got 10 of them. Can she get 11? The pitch hit high in the air, but it's going to hang up in that heavy air. Shriver makes the catch, throws home to throw to third. There's nobody there. Savages strike first on a sacrifice fly by Moore.
If you're at the plate in that situation, that's one of the things you want to look to try to do. Drive something deep into the outfield and get the sacrifice fly, or hit the ball to the right side of the field and see if you can punch the ball through or at least get that run home from third. So it was a good quality at bat for Moore.
Goodwin stays at first. Aller moves up to third, makes way for Aaron Dawson. The senior playing first. Bats here in the first with her team up 1-0. Shows bunt. The throw back to third as Goodwin goes down to second. We all know that wasn't going to work, but you got to try it anyway. A lot of scoreless innings in that last game. We've already had a score in this inning to start the game in the first. The 0-1. Out of play, or fouled into the net. As you can tell, it gets a little darker. We haven't worked Monday night. They had to work a little later after 9 o'clock. But we're going to be here for a little while. We still have plenty of softball. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. And Dawson is the second out of the inning.
Just what you needed at the right time to get that first strikeout of the ballgame.
Amaya Smallwood. Basketball player, track athlete, softball here, plays center field. The pitch to her. Oh, good. Good looking spin there by Holmes. And that one is fouled right above the Southeast Warren student section.
If you're Southeast Warren and you get out of this giving up the one run, that builds a lot of confidence in that dugout.
knowing things could have been worse. And you, to this point, have only given up one, but there's still 2 runners on. The 2-1 is fouled back into the net again. As you hear from the Sigourney fans, way to battle. That's exactly right. This is a battle. Yeah, I think you mentioned it in the top half of the inning, putting Goodwin to work. And again, the leadoff, how many times we talk about it in baseball or softball, that leadoff hitter trying to work through a lot of pitches, help everybody in the dugout see what's going to be thrown. The 2-2.
And usually there's a conversation that's had that they go back, that leadoff hitter, and talk to their teammates as that ball went screaming into the dugout over there on the Southeast Warren side.
Trick shot. That thing went lined in that, I don't know, 8 inches between the fence and the top of the dugout, or the bottom of the dugout. 2-2. Change up. Swing and a miss. And just like you said, Laura, the rally is extinguished. The Sigourney scores first to lead after an inning, 1-0.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Savages strike first. We go to the second. 1-0 is our score here on Iowa Central Field on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network, which is presented by Mid-American Energy Company. Paul Yeager, Laura Leonard with you here tonight. And I do mean tonight. I don't mean the morning. I don't mean the afternoon. Our original games were supposed to be, I think, 5:45 and 7:30. This game started just before 9, which is still better than it was looking this morning when the lightning delay came and the rain rolled through. And I know they've had just issue on issue over in Cedar Rapids for baseball, trying to get this tournament in. Carly Goodwin winds and fires. Ball 2. Sturgis Fridley, Lola Stryver, and Emma Manser due up for Southeast Warren. That one's fouled back into the stands.
Goodwin showing a variety of pitches so far here. The first batter been up in the zone and then throws one that breaks in on the right-handed hitter.
Goodwin's pitch is fouled away again. They're in the 5th over on the other diamond. Martinsdale St. Mary leads Fort Dodge St. Edmunds 2-0. Pitch gets away from Moore.
Again, the first batter working a full count on Goodwin.
Sturgis Fridley had an incredible defensive play last night in the quarterfinal game to basically seal up that game. Hits it high in the air to left, but a couple of steps back for Ava Finneran. And that's out number 1 here in the second.
That was a shot. She was able to get a lot of the barrel of the bat on that ball and sent Finneran all the way back to the fence.
So now it's Lola Shriver, 2-year starter. Hits it high, pop fly towards second. Right on the grass is Ava Fish. So now I think it's required that Ava Fish is going to make the next play.
Right, and on a line drive.
Okay, line drive. I've seen the script. I know how it plays out.
the deja vu all over again. And that's a tough one for Fish, that high night sky, trying to find it, drifting back. And she had the right fielder right there, back behind her.
Right. Line drive to the right
I
side.
know.
Just a couple of feet in the wrong area towards Fish. It was more towards Dawson.
Now, if she'd made that play, I'd have given her a standing ovation.
Would you have taken the headset off, set it down, and walked away?
I would.
The pitch from Goodwin. Change up. Anna Rise ball at 1. Right? That sure looked like them both, didn't it? That had movement up.
I think it was probably more of a rise ball, but a little something off of the rise ball.
That's a different
Didn't jump as much as maybe a full-blown rise would, like that one.
Yeah. So when you kind of are curious why some athletes stand out to higher-level college coaches, that's the type of thing that coaches look for.
They look at your different kinds of pitches that you throw and how you handle them and how you handle certain situations.
Strikeout number 2 ends the Southeast Warren second. We go to the bottom of the second. Sigourney leads 1-0.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
Ava Finneran, first pitch. To her is a ball. Kaylin Holmes in the quarterfinal. She gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. On the season, she's a 20-2 pitcher with an ERA of 1.06 with 170 strikeouts on the season. That pitch misses as well. She's only walked 33. So there's been a couple of pitchers, Laura, where walks get to be a problem for some pitchers, but not for Holmes or Goodwin. Combined 43 between the two of them. That to me is almost as impressive as the ERA and other
the number
things.
of strikeouts.
Yeah, the number of strikeouts.
You have control of your pitches, and you're not erratic. You're hitting the zone, and you're letting your defense do the work as we break the or jinx her, I guess, giving up a walk there. But, she's not going to give them up back to back to back.
And that's Ava Finneran that goes down to first with the walk, and that'll make way for Ella Bruns. Third baseman, 8th grader. And that's popped up and playable and catchable, made by J.C. Neer.
Neer almost overran that one. She threw away the mask, found and located that ball, and got to it quickly, almost a little too much. Almost overran it, but reached back overhead, pull it in.
So Addie Finneran now bats. Coach Striegel says that her bat's kind of been developing and improving as this year. She gets the bunt down. It's fielded by Fridley. Throw to first. Gets the out. Covering was Geisler. And a sacrifice here with 2 outs puts Another run in scoring position for Sigourney. Top of the order, Ava Fish. Finneran now at second. Here in the second, 1-0 Savages. First pitch swung on, fouled into the net.
Again, if you're Southeast Warren, you're thinking if we can get out of this, got the runner on second, we have 2 outs, you can get out of it without giving up a run. Again, the momentum starts to creep into that dugout. That's a great pitch right there.
That's a changeup, but it's even slower than the regular changeup, right? I mean, that was, yeah, I'm trying to make sense of that pitch. That one's hit hard in the air to right, but right at Logue, who grabs it and ends the inning. One nothing Sigourney. We're through 2.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Welcome back to Fort Dodge, Class 1A. Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament. The digital network, which is powered by Mid-American Energy Company. So we see the diamond there with some of the watered-in dirt between innings. It's not going to dry out as much as it has earlier in the day. First pitch to Kaylee Wallace is swung on and missed. Actually, this is... I think we've had a lineup change. This, I think, is Manser.
Yeah, Emma Manser.
Emma Manser, number 14. So Manser, that pitch is out.
Southeast Warren does a really nice job of making Goodwin work.
Oh, it is Manser.
Right back at us as the Southeast Warren bleachers are getting fired up. They're small but mighty over there, and they're making a lot of noise.
Manser called third strike.
Kind of fooled her, froze her, and she couldn't get the bat off of her shoulder.
And that'll bring in Kaylee Wallace now to the plate. My apologies for putting a couple of things out of order here in the batting lineup. Shriver, Ewing, Manser, Wallace. On deck is Logue. Swing and a miss.
Seems like Goodwin's maybe starting to pick up the pace a little bit as far as miles per hour on some of those pitches. Really popping the glove of Moore.
And that one backs up into the kitchen of Wallace, and she's kind of handcuffed on that swing. 1-2. Swing and a miss again. Wallace down on strikes. Strikeout number 2 of the inning is also out number 2.
This is where she kind of starts getting into a groove and getting into a rhythm. So as a hitter, you got to figure out a way to get that bat off your shoulder, try to make some contact.
Goodwin's pitch is high. Both Sigourney baseball and softball made the state tournament this year. Always fun in the community when one makes it, but when both of the sports in the season make it, cause for celebration. Goodwin's pitch.
A lot of travel back and forth between towns, trying to watch both teams, support both teams.
The 3-1 with 2 outs. Back into the fence and the bleachers. Logue, one of those players that's waited her time for her opportunity. Hard to say that as a freshman, but when they need you as an 8th grader and freshman, she's done just that. She's on board with a 2-out walk. Only the 11th walk of the season issued by Carly Goodwin.
And that's a good at bat, too. I mean, for a young player to be that selective at the plate and able to coax a walk out of Goodwin.
First pitch strike. Next pitch high for a ball. Lexi Clendenin, 3-year starter. In the quarterfinal, she had a hit. She scored on a Geisler RBI. Takes teamwork to make the dream work.
Well, you got it. I mean, everybody supports everybody, and you know, when position changes are made or pitching changes, that may change the lineup a little bit, change the defense a little bit. But everybody works together. They accept their roles. They know what's going to happen. And okay, now I'm pitcher. I'm going to shift to first base, or I'm going to come in and pitch out of the bullpen, and I'm going to have a different catcher. And everybody just accepts those roles. They know that they need to do the things that the coach asks of them to do. As teammates, they do the things to pick each other up.
Called third strike on Clendenin. That pitch just was nearly impossible to hit. Great location by Goodwin as we head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Sigourney.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Danny Aller takes the first pitch right up the middle. It's gloved first by the pitcher. Then it goes to second. Geisler over to Mansler to get the out.
Yeah, that was a shot up the middle that Holmes got her glove on and able to carry him right over. I think it was Ewing, maybe, shortstop, that came in and across.
Oh, I thought it was second. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. It might have been that way. That's the way you kind of want it, the momentum going that way.
Right. Either way, doesn't matter who did it, they got the out.
Yep. And that makes way for Carly Goodwin. She bats with the bases empty. The Iowa Gatorade Softball Player of the Year, by the way. And oh, by the way.
Minor, oh, by the way.
Oh, by the way. It's not that I'm burying the lead. It's just that's the easy thing people talk about with her and point to her. And I think, Sigourney's known, the gem that they have in Goodwin, and they kind of hoped as the years went on they'd be here in Fort Dodge, and they have been.
I think a lot of times in these smaller towns, they get that player that they identify early on and know that as they develop and grow up, they're going to have a quality player, or they're going to have a group of players that have come up together, and you know that they're going to be a solid team.
Chopper to third is thrown away by Fridley, and Goodwin's going to run down to second. Throw there, not in time, and Goodwin on with an error. So Goodwin on base again. No courtesy runner for her.
That was a tough play over there for Fridley, and kind of double clutched it before she let it go and threw a sinker that was very tough for Mansler to try to pick out of the dirt.
Josephine Moore, who had a sacrifice fly RBI back in the first for the game's only run. They've moved now to the bottom of the sixth. Martinsdale St. Mary's leads St. Ed's, and that's a grounder to short. They look back, Goodwin to second, throw it away, goes off the glove of Mansler. Goodwin's going to scoot down to third, and they're going to be runners at the corners now with one out. Back-to-back errors for Southeast Warren, and that's going to bring out head coach Cody Reynolds, and he'll walk out to the circle.
And we are going to get a courtesy runner over at first base.
Well, I think actually that would be a pinch runner because, or is Moore catching? Moore's catching today. She's catching. You're right.
And they're going to go out and break up this meeting in the circle.
And the IMT INS Insurance pinch runner. All substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. The courtesy runner is Cave. And forgive us if we swat every once in a while. The flies have now returned because, Laura, that wind, even though the flag is moving, I don't believe it. That is fake.
No, and I brought up some new spray, and it doesn't seem to be working. So.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you about that. Bunt is shown. They pull it back. Cave runs down to second. So now you have first and second with one out. And the Easy Fan comment of there they are is exactly the case here.
Whatever happened to ducks on the pond?
Popped up. And that catch is made by Neer. Another great grab behind home plate. Neer almost overrun that one because, again, Laura, that is so hard behind the plate.
It is, and she does a great job of locating the ball right away, gets rid of the mask, gets over to the spot, and able to settle in underneath it. And she pulled that in. She turned and looked at her team and said, let's go. Let's get out of this.
And they are an out away. Batting with 2 outs is Amaya Smallwood, who struck out back in the first to end that rally. Smallwood trying to reverse the script on her last at bat, but she's down 0-1. Shows bunt, lays it down. They were squeezing.
You know, you don't think of that a lot when you have 2 outs. You do have that runner on first, and they were going right away, right with the pitch. And so why not try to surprise them, see if you can push across that insurance run.
Shelly Striegel called that one. Let's see what they do with Smallwood. They let her swing away, and she fouls it away. Striegel is assisted by Cole and Frosty. One is her son, the other is her husband. Cole, her son, is down at first. It's one thing to play together. It's another to work together in that situation. That pitch misses from Holmes.
Just missed with that pitch, but you know, you're right. Why not? I mean, get everybody involved. If it's something that your family loves and does together and has done it for a long time, not a better place to be able to work together than up here at Fort Dodge in the state tournament.
They appeal the check swing down to first. No swing. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Smallwood. 2 on here. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Sigourney up 1-0. What can Smallwood do for you? It's a high pitch, and the count moves full.
You do have room down at first base. Don't want to give her anything really good to hit here, but see if she can get herself out.
Runs on deck, the 3-2. Swung on and missed, and the Warhawks get out of another jam. A sticky wicket. We go to the 4th. Still a 1-run lead for Sigourney.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
There are those fans who've made the trip up from Sigourney, and we have the fans who've come up from Southeast Warren. Everybody's kind of come north here to Webster County. Fort Dodge, Iowa, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic and State Softball Tournament, the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy. Glad to have you here on this semifinal Wednesday. One semifinal playing on this diamond is Sigourney and Southeast Warren. Sigourney is pitching. That's Carly Goodwin. Her first pitch is fouled off by Natalie Geisler. On the other diamond, it is a top of the 7th, but now the tying run comes to the plate for the Gales, who have life. See what Campbell German can do there on that game. So if you want to put one on one screen and one on another, you have permission.
I tried that the other day and screwed up my iPad.
Oh.
I'm not technologically smart enough to know how to do that, so I put one on the TV and one on the iPad.
There you go. Goodwin's 1-1 is swung through by Geisler, who looks down at Cody Reynolds, claps 3 times. Now some more. Cody Reynolds. He says his teams needs to figure out a way to score 4 to 5 runs a game. That one's foul and into the stands. They need to play clean defense and pitch the ball at a high level. Well, the clean defense part, they have 3 errors, and 1 cost them a run back.
Yeah, but with the 3 errors, and you've only given up 1 run, you got to feel pretty good about that. You've dodged some bullets.
That one's fouled back at 1 and 2. Moore makes the walk back to behind the plate, looks to the left and to the right, squats back down, and awaits the pitch from Goodwin after she flashes the sign. And that one's fouled into the net again, and Moore will have to repeat what she just did. She wipes off the ball and throws it back. At one point I heard earlier in a game on Monday, it's so many foul balls in one of the games, the umpires were running out of them. They had to call quickly to say, we need more softballs on diamond 1. The 1-2. Popped up right behind the plate. That's going to be a tough play for Moore. She says, I got it. Nice play by Moore.
Woo! Calmly, she did a little stutter step as she finally located the ball. Had to backtrack a little bit, pulled it in, and as everybody surrounded her, she looked, she goes, I got it.
That'll make way for J.C. Neer, the catalyst of this offense. 4-year starter, 4th time at state. She had a walk-off 3-run homer back in the regional final. They need her big bat right here in this situation. You're down 1-0, but you're in the 4th, and you know that that window is small when you're facing a pitcher like Goodwin, who winds and fires. Called strike. J.C. watches that one go high. Near her father is an MMA fighter. I just love the nuggets that we get from coaches to learn about these teams. The 2-1.
Yeah, I don't watch that MMA, but you've got to be pretty darn tough to participate in it. That's all I know.
And Near's the catcher, so you know she's tough. She grinds through it and pops it foul.
Yeah, I mean, being a catcher is a tough position, but it's a leadership position, and she has handled that very well. And we've seen a couple of examples from her, how she just kind of commands the attention of the team and what she does to keep her team on top of things, get them and keep them ready to play.
Near fouls it off far away to the left side. Near we saw earlier when she was taking control of the circle, and that's that point you've made a couple of times. Each time Sigourney looked like they were threatening, they were able to slam the door. And again, Near fouls it away. And Near's made a couple of tough plays on catches here behind the plate.
And she's doing a good job of making Goodwin work really hard, making her throw a lot of pitches. This has got to be at least, 8 or 9 pitches, if not more, in this at-bat.
The pitch coming. Change up is hit towards short. It drops and hops, and no throw by Aller. Near is on base.
The first hit of the ball game for Southeast Warren.
And it doesn't leave the infield.
Just an off-speed pitch that Near was able to keep the hands back just enough to get a piece of it and drop it in front of the shortstop Aller, and it had some funny backspin on it, so it made it really tough for her to pick it up cleanly.
The pitch. Bunted. Goodwin fields. Throws to a covering Fish to get the out. Ridley gets the job done on the sacrifice for out number 2. And it'll be up to Lois Shriver to push across the Warhawks' first run. Shriver, the head coach's kid. She loves hanging out with the Queens. That's her friends. And that would be Lexi Clendenin is one of them. That pitch is low.
You got Neer out there on second base trying to give a little advice to Shriver, who's in the batter's box, telling her the location. At least she was a couple of pitches ago. Yeah, showing her they're going outside with it. And then she throws that pitch that breaks back in. So you set up that way, but you're working the ball back in to the hitter.
I think someone maybe misread a pitch. You never know. Just maybe that's where she was set up.
A little curveball.
Yeah. The 2-1 from Goodwin. Popped up. Fly ball to center. And that's made by Smallwood to end the rally. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Savages are holding on to a run, and it just got exciting on the other diamond. Go over there and come back in 30 seconds.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Sigourney up to bat here in their half of the 4th inning. They lead 1-0. They scored on a run back in the 1st on a sacrifice fly, and since then it's been lots of zeros. 0-1-3 for Southeast Warren, the visiting team in white. 1-2-0 for the Savages in black bottoms, white tops. First pitch is hit towards short. Ewing over to Mansler, and Ava Finneran is retired for out number 1.
Really good technique by Ewing as she slides over, gets those feet set as she fields the ball, and makes a good, strong throw.
St. Ed's has the tying run at first, the go-ahead run at the plate, 2 outs, but they're down to their last strike. Here it's a called strike to Ella Bruns, the 8th grader, playing third. Coach Striegel calls her a competitor. Swing and a miss. How many times have you heard when somebody's called a competitor and they just don't like to lose at anything? We're not talking just sports. It's first to the table, first done with the dishes, done with the chores.
Well, she's going to be, I think, I was going to say competitive after that last swing. Got fooled on it. Came right back, and the enthusiasm that she shows over there at first base, that's a competitor right there. You get fooled on the pitch, and then you come right back, you shake it off, and you drive one right back up the middle.
And Neer didn't like something as she looked to the dugout after that pitch, kind of like, I did not want you to throw that, or missed. I'm not sure what that was about, but there's another competitor with Neer.
Yeah, and they're calling the pitches from the dugout, and so I don't know if she obviously got too much of the plate with it because they were able to get that base hit out of it. But There was something that Neer did not like in the communication.
That pitch is high. Neer looks down at first and keeps it there. So Martinsdale St. Mary's has advanced to the 1A championship, 7:30 Friday night live on Iowa PBS by defeating Fort Dodge St. Ed's 2-1. Here it's 1-0 Sigourney, and that ball's put in play towards third, off the glove and not in time. Infield hit for Addie Finneran. And the Savages again are putting some runners on base, but it's a little different part of the game now because their leadoff hitter, Ava Fish, comes to the plate. Bruns goes to second, Finneran to first.
They've been able to get out of jams like this so far tonight.
They're going to call that a hit the previous play as it went by Fridley, who made a really great defensive play last night in that game against Wayne that might have made a huge difference there in the seventh. That pitch is bounced to the plate and Neer stops it.
Neer just gave up her body on that one, let that ball hit in the dirt, and she just got in front of it, let it bounce up into the chest protector and the face mask, kept it in front, and that's what you need to do when balls are in the dirt like that.
Holmes delivers the pitch, and it's grounded to short, throw across to get the out. Ewing to Mansler. Ewing had to charge that thing really hard to make it happen, and she did. Now there's two away for Danny Aller.
She has made some really quality plays over there at shortstop, just showing her range and showing off her arm.
So Fish moves up the runners. Bruins to third, Finneran to second. The batter is Aller. Great at sacrifices. They're going to need her to have a big hit right here. The junior playing shortstop. She's one of those that's been flexible. You talked about moving locations. She's played the outfield, had to move in this year. She bats 1-0. Change up. Neer popped up in a hurry to get that one. The pitch is fouled off to the right. Aller reached on an error in the first, grounded out in the third. Here in the fourth, if she can extend this line, that would lead to Carly Goodwin to bat with runners on base. How many is the question? Ground ball hard. It's going to have to be a tough play. Geisler over to first, gets the out. Good charge, good play made. Two runners left. We've played 1-0 Sigourney.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Here's how you can level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. There's our look from center field. You see the Iowa Central softball field, but you see the baseball field behind us. They're using that turf field for warm-ups for those teams that are playing on the turf field down on Consolation. And so now they just keep expanding different parts of the game, or the complex here at Harlan Rogers Park.
You know, I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the turf. I love the dirt. I love the look of the softball diamond in the dirt. But in a situation like today, the turf would have been great because I don't know if we would have been as far behind with the rain delay. And you make up some time because you don't really have to prep the field in between games. And so, I think there's advantages, but I love this look of having dirt and playing on this infield. You just don't know what kind of hops you're going to get. That's part of the game. On a turf diamond, you're going to get true hops. It's yes, you're going to have to learn a few different things about how to play on turf, but I'm old school. Things are passing me by. I love this is how you play softball right here.
Belle Ewing is down a ball and 2 strikes. And get off of Laura's lawn.
Yes, right. Do it right now.
Wow, called third strike, and Ewing is out number 1 here in the Southeast Warren 5th. And, that's part of the whole play on that turf. If you're going to play on it, you got to warm up on it because there's a lot of the smaller schools that don't play on it.
Sure.
But in the Des Moines Metro, Waukee has it now. Johnston, Southeast Polk.
Yep.
All have the turf field for softball, and other fields have it for baseball. And there's some maintenance issues. There's the springtime in Iowa, which can be an issue, especially if you're a college. But and also, if you'd like to see my garage floor in football season, the 01, I got these little black pellets that come from anybody who's maybe working out on the football field. That's been happening for years.
Yeah, I just, yes, there are some great improvements that have happened to the game, both baseball and softball over the years. As in any sport, we have seen all sports grow over the course of their lifetime. But there are some things that you should just keep in the game. Not every new thing out there is the best for the game. And yeah, you have to try it, and I think these schools will try it, and either everybody's going to go to it or they're going to go back to dirt.
Mansler bats 3-1 with 1 away here. She draws a 1-out walk. 2 walks on the game for Carly Goodwin. That is something right there. Yes, the game has changed. We were having a conversation before, I think it was during the Van Meter game. I was talking to a couple of the radio people that were covering for Audubon. They were talking about we're going to have a runner here coming in to run for Southeast Warren. I missed that substitution, and if it's the number I thought I saw, Wallace is the runner. And so 15 must be wearing 3 because there's 2 14s on the roster. Okay, so that's another Wallace down at first, I think, if I hear PA correctly. The bunt is shown, pulled back, but offered enough for Kaylee Wallace. Is it on there, right? Number 3? Yeah, Kiera Wallace. Bunt is down, fielded at third by Bruns, across to Fish, who's covering, and Kiera Wallace is moved up by Kaylee Wallace. However, if you're Southeast Warren, you gave up an out to get that runner in scoring position for Katie Logue.
They've been in this position where they've had runners in scoring position, have not been able to get that clutch hit. Looking to their number 9 hitter to be able to put one into the gap, into the outfield, see if she can push that run across.
First-year starter Logue, the freshman. And she's now down 0-2. Coach Reynolds gives the encouragement. Logue grips that bat, little offset hands. And that pitch is a called third strike. Beautiful pitch from Goodwin to end the inning. The Southeast Warren fifth on a strikeout. Number 6 on the game here from Fort Dodge.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Carly Goodwin to lead things off, and the first pitch from Holmes is dribbled up to her. Both Cody Reynolds and Shelley Striegel are born and raised in the communities that they are now coaching. Reynolds, he's in his 6th season with Southeast Warren. Striegel, season number 17 as head coach, and Goodwin puts a charge into it. That native girl hits it all the way to the wall, off the D in right center, and into second, and it almost gets away from the throw to third, and Goodwin smacks a hard one, and they'll remember her in Sigourney for sure on that Channel Seeds extra base hits. Look at her dance.
A good way to start the inning and help yourself as a pitcher. You lead off the inning, you get a gapper, go sliding into second, and then get the dugout fired up.
I've seen some fun videos of a little extreme second base dances that have been happening lately, but that was not one of them. First pitch to Moore. Misses. You know, there's the bow and arrow, there's the swing and a miss, there's the bowling pin, there's all sorts of things. Sometimes they get a little too creative. The worm is probably a little too far.
Yeah, but everybody has a little something that maybe is unique to the team, an inside, not necessarily joke, but just an inside thing on the team that you do, and every time you get a base hit, you turn to your dugout and you give that little signal.
Josephine Moore trying to get a hit. She puts a charge into it. Deep, 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 and over the wall. Moore, number 11. It's a 2-run shot, and the Savages have doubled their lead.
She wasn't sure when she rounded first base that it was out. She stopped and was going to come back to first base, and coach said, no, it's out of here. Keep going, round them all. Get a good look at it as she drives it into the night sky, dead center field. And the reaction, a good one, as she watched it and waited for it to go out.
Moore in the bottom of the 5th with a huge score for the Savages. Runs have been hard to come by for both teams. Make it a 3-0 lead. I said 4, it's 3 on a 2-run homer. Math is hard. That one's hit hard and over second base. It goes off the glove of Geisler. And now Dawson reaches. That's a tough play.
That is, and drifting back, trying to find it, maybe right about the lights, trying to locate the ball. That ball was up high enough that it maybe she was having a little trouble seeing it off the bat.
So Amaya Smallwood is up. Smallwood shows bunt, fouls it into the screen to the right side. She's going to play volleyball at Cornell in Mount Vernon. who, if Mount Vernon would have made the state tournament, I think we would have had almost every WAMAC team here, it seems like. WAMAC has been outstanding, except WAMAC top seed Benton Community was knocked out tonight in the 3A semis. Bunt is put down. Holmes gloves it, throws, got her. Bang, bang play, Smallwood's out.
That was just an incredible job by Smallwood to even get that ball down on the ground. Her bat was not level. It was more perpendicular. I mean, it was up. She didn't get it. She just had to find the ball and lay it down. That's a great job of handling the bat.
We always talk about leveling the bat.
Yeah.
That was like a lightsaber right there.
It was. It was like she was trying to, again, I'm going to show that I know nothing, like fighting off Darth Vader.
That's cool again.
Is that okay?
That's cool
all right,
again.
all right.
You're fine. You're fine, Laura. It's no Jetsons reference, but
No.
it'll work.
You don't get a lot of Jetsons reference in softball.
But Lord knows I've tried. The 0-1 from Holmes is rolled to the plate. We all thought we'd have flying cars by now.
Hey, we're pretty darn close, believe me. There's stuff that was on that Jetsons cartoon that has come to life here in our world.
Again, high in the air. Geisler this time had enough time to get her feet set. She makes the catch. That's 2 outs here in the Sigourney 5th. 2 in so far on a home run by Josephine Moore. Dawson's at second. Ground ball towards short. On the 2 bounces, Ewing over to Mansler, and it gets out of her glove to throw at the plate. Not in time. And another run comes in to score as Aaron Dawson hustles home to make it 4-0.
That was a tough opportunity for Ewing as she had the runner coming right in front of her and then throws the ball into the dirt, and Mansler has trouble picking that up cleanly on the backhand, and they just kept the runners moving as they push another one across.
So Bruns with the 2-out, ball in play is the 4th error of the game for Southeast Warren. Bruns is at first with Addie Finneran here to bat in the 5th. What that does is send your 9th-place hitter. So say Southeast Warren pushes a couple of runs across, you still have the top of your order up for Sigourney in the 6th inning. But let's see how far Finneran can do here in extending the 5th. That one is swung on and missed. And that is another strikeout, but a huge 5th. 3 runs score for Sigourney. They open up a 4-0 lead here from Fort Dodge.
Slate's the place for you.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
We've now pushed past the 10 o'clock hour here in Fort Dodge at the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament. You're watching the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy, along with Laura Leonard, the cover girl. I'm Paul Yeager, the half cover boy. Come to Harlan and Hazel Rogers. You see what we're talking about. When will you be signing autographs? Is that before or between games on Friday?
On Friday will be like an hour before game time.
Okay.
And then just for a brief moment in between each game, we'll have a little stand set up where we can sign autographs in between the 1A, 2A, and 3A games.
We could elicit a challenge for people to find you on Friday. I know where you sit at the games.
If you look at the cover, you'll know where I sit too.
The 1-2 misses. Lexi Clendenin, Natalie Geisler, and J.C. Neer do up.
I mean, on day one, I had Drake coach Lindsay Dial. She texted me right away, said, "Hey, you made the cover of the program this year. You're famous." And I said, well, I don't know about that. It's not the best picture, but hey, we made the cover.
We made the cover.
Ken and Barbie.
You can decide who's who.
Exactly.
The 2-2 is high from Goodwin to Clendenin, who's 0 for 2 tonight, 2 strikeouts. Plays the piano. She loves the farmer's market. 3-year starter. Played in the state tournament as an 8th grader. Here's a sophomore trying to extend it. And she does with ball 4. They check on the run. She's on with a leadoff walk here in the 6th. All right, so your Southeast Warren, you've had 4 errors. Those are done. You can't change them. What can you change now in these last 6 outs?
Well, your approach at the plate. You don't want to go after bad pitches. That's going to help them. That came right at you. Thank goodness for that netting.
Well,
there's
that's
a little
the thing.
hole.
There's a hole there. And I was like, I thought that thing. I flinched pretty hard on that one. You can play that one back. Cover boy. But Clendenin will go to the second, or the base that's named second.
But those, I mean, you've got to take advantage of these opportunities right now. That's what you need to do if you're Southeast Warren. You got a runner on. You don't have anybody out.
Geisler hits it. Fielded by Bruns across the base. Clendenin goes to third, and the runner moves up 60 feet away. 1 out.
If you can just break the ice, if you can get this run, might change the whole tone in that dugout.
J.C. Neer, we talked a lot about her earlier in this game. They need her to be the catalyst of this offense. Let's see what she can do with 1 out here in the 6th. Hit in the air, but foul. And behind us, you can hear where it landed.
Well, Neer was not happy coming off the field at the end of that inning. And I know she probably had a little pep talk with her teammates. This is her opportunity right now to make some noise.
The 0-1. Ripped to short, gloved at short by Aller. Great play on the backhand. Run scores. Clendenin at least erases that 0 and makes it 4-1, but the bases are empty and 2 out for Sturgis Fridley.
That was an athletic play out there at short. Aller makes 1 step, loses her balance just a little bit, able to regain it and get the out, so they give up the run, but they get the out.
Fridley. Coach says she loves to make TikToks. What kind of one would she use here if they could somehow get those 3 runs and then some and keep this game going? We're in the 6th, so the outs are getting fewer and harder to come by, but she skies it to short. Aller is there to grab it. Southeast Warren scores a run. They cut it 4-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Southeast Warren fans, they're going to have to put them rally caps on here. They're down to 3 outs of batting, but 6 outs of fielding, or 3, depending how things go here. Leadoff is Ava Fish, Danny Aller, and Carly Goodwin due up for Sigourney. Holmes looks in. That pitch is high. Holmes had said for much of her senior year she was going to be done playing softball. Going to go be an esthetician, do hair for a living, she said. This season, as it has worn on, she has kind of warmed up to the idea of, you know, maybe I might play some softball. I saw a couple of coaches talking to her after their game last night. It's just kind of a little bit of a sparkle. She's had some shoulder issues. Sometimes you get to a point, Laura, you just say the body, even at 18, 19, it's done. That pitch is a strike, 3-1.
Right, and you can just say, okay, I've had enough. I'm tired of being sore all the time, or I've kind of lost my passion for playing. I've played a lot growing up, but you know, you get to this point and you realize, okay, my career may be coming to an end. Do I want to maybe try to continue it and extend it? If she does go on and play in college, she's going to have some trainers that can work with her to get her arm back in shape and that shoulder back in shape. She may not throw as many innings as she has here at Southeast Warren. So, you know, it may be a good time for her to extend her career.
The bunt is foul because it hit Aller in the box. So it'll be 0-1 as the Fridley was crashing on that play. What's the saying? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Uh-huh. So I feel when I get up every morning. I'm like, I'm so sore. Nice ball.
Holmes almost the diving catch, but they're going to have a chance to get Aller at second, and they do on the forced play. Holmes laid out for that one. She might feel that one in the morning.
Well, I thought she was going to get that and just could not get the glove positioned enough to be able to pull that one in. They still were able to get the out. Smart play, heads-up play by the rest of the defense to get the force down at second as this ball pops up. Just thought it was going to get in her glove. And Neer fires a bullet down to second base.
And that's a strike to Goodwin. So Fish is erased. Aller at first on the fielder's choice. Goodwin hits it in the air, and it's going to be caught in deep center by Clendenin. And there's 2 away here in the 6th. Well, Josephine Moore might remember this game for a while. Her last at-bat, a 2-run home run to left center. She bats with a chance at another 2-run homer here, and Holmes goes after her with a first pitch strike. Let's see if the pitch selection is a little different this time. That pitch, boy, Moore thought about it.
Yeah, that off-speed pitch, and held back on it as it was sinking into the dirt.
Moore will actually play on this field in college for Iowa Central when she's done. Oh, that hits her up in the arm. She yells at the dugout, "Let's go!"
That one, I think, just got away from Holmes, and up and in. She's got all the guards and everything on her arm, but took one off the elbow, off that forearm. Now puts them into a position where they could add to this total.
Carmelita Cave will run it first for the catchers. So the courtesy runner comes out. 2 away, 2 on. Off-speed start pitch to Aaron Dawson. Dawson had a hit back in the 5th. Made 2 outs before that, so she's 1 for 3. And that one is hit well to right, and that's going to get down. Short hop and hit the Swick sign. Into second, stand-up double, and it's going to plate 2 more runs for the Savages. Dawson delivers here in the 6th.
Well, the hit by pitch extends the inning, and Dawson makes them pay as she goes the other way, all the way out to the fence.
Runs 5 and 6 score. Aller and Cave touch the plate. And now it's a huge advantage for Sigourney. Amaya Smallwood up now for the Savages. 2 strikeouts and a sacrifice.
And at this point, Southeast Warren just wanting to get out of this inning. You can kind of tell that the demeanor is kind of dropped a little bit after that big hit, almost to the point where they are conceding that it's a big hill to overcome, even though they have one more at bat.
A 4-1 deficit is one thing. A 6-1 deficit is a whole lot more, especially when you're only down to 3 outs.
Yeah, it takes a lot of consecutive hits. You've got to have the magic. You really do have to have magic in the top of the 7th to try to overcome this 5-run lead.
The 1-2 to Smallwood, gets away from Neer. She runs it down in the on-deck circle right in front of Ava Finneran's feet. Now another run scoots down to third. Savages out of the South Iowa Cedar League. High in the air, right behind first, and nearly impossible. And that is no longer a media area like it has been in the past. I did read Mark Amadeo's memo about things, contrary to what he thought earlier today, Mr. Umpire.
They do have the lift over there, though.
They have the lift. Yep, they no longer have that box down the line. Again, hit, and that would have actually hit a camera person if they went down there.
That's probably the main reason they did moved him out of the field of play. I know you want to get your shots and you want to be right in the middle of the action, but the way balls come off the bat anymore nowadays, there are some shots that these young women hit.
The 2-2 from Holmes is a called third strike. And if that's the last high school ball she throws, it's a good one. It's a strike 3. Huge mountain ahead for the Warhawks. They trail by 5. They need 5 to play on in the 7th.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
3 outs to go for Sigourney. Kermit D. Frog here behind home with Barbie. Or do we decide you're Ken? I don't know. Or I'm Barbie. Whatever.
I look good in pink. Let's
there
go.
You go.
I'll be Barbie. Oh, we're going to be wearing pink anyway on Friday, aren't we? Pink tennis shoes.
Pink shoes.
Uh-oh.
Well hit to left center, and that's going to get down for Lola Shriver for a double to start the 7th. Don't go anywhere.
That's how you ignite a rally. Send one into the night sky, right into the gap, right up against the fence.
Shriver with a Channel Seeds extra base hit. And I think, other than the run that scored back in the 6th, that's the only Southeast Warren player to be at second base.
And that's just the second hit of the ball game, too.
Yeah, they didn't have a hit when they scored their run back in the 6th. The lone hit came, I was thinking it was the 3rd, but it was the 4th. Hit towards short, over to Dawson is Aller. And Shriver goes down to 3rd, and Ewing is done.
Goodwin was directing traffic. She said, just go to 1st. We don't care about that run at 2nd. Don't worry about her. Get the out.
They're going to give you that out. Take that out. So Mansler to bat. Winner plays the last game of the regular season in 2024. Or the last game of the season. It's the state tournament. First pitch to Mansler is a strike. 7 o'clock, or 7:30 actually. It's 7:30 1A championship. Time is just a thing right now this week. Swing and a miss. Games get behind, games get ahead. Lightning strikes, rain falls.
We're hoping none of that tomorrow and Friday.
That's right. 5A and 4A championships. Coverage begins at 5:30. The 0-2. Fouled off. Lansler stays alive. Brad Wells, Allie Kappert to have Valley and Pleasant Valley in the 5A final. And then Carlisle, ADM. Two Flaws head coaching in the finals this week. Father-son, but in different games.
Wasn't Pleasant Valley in the championship game last year?
Yes, to Centennial. Lost in that game. From Eastern Iowa, Quad City area. Hello, Quad Cities. Emma Manser. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
She just dug down deep and brought some heat. Manser tried to catch up to it, but to no avail.
It's up to Kaylee Wallace. She carries the team's fate on her shoulders. Down 5 here in the 7th and the last out. First pitch, swing and a miss. Carly Goodwin tonight has been Carly Goodwin. Good as advertised. 7 strikeouts. Couple of hits. And the pitch. High. Ball 1.
Wallace stayed off of it. She went after that first one, trying to drive it. Did the smart thing and had the discipline to lay off of that same pitch.
The 1-1 is fouled out. And now the Warhawks down to their final strike. Here in the 7th. 1-2-4 for Southeast Warren. 6-8-0 for Sigourney. The Savages. Goodwin takes a big breath. The shoulders drop. She walks to the toes the rubber. Winds and fires. Misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Sigourney Savages have a date Friday night. They're playing in the 1A state championship game.
Another fine performance by Goodwin out of the circle. Only gave up 2 hits in this ball game. Kept these Southeast Warren hitters off balance all night long. Didn't ever let them get into any kind of a rhythm. Couldn't string those hits together. Finally broke through, got 1 run, but the bats came up big in the late innings for Sigourney.
Sigourney scored 1 in the first, 3 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, en route to a 6-1 semifinal win. Sigourney, the 6th seed here in 1A. And for the 3rd time in 4 years, Sigourney here at state, they finally get to play for a state championship.
I think they've been waiting a long time to be able to play for the crown. And they are playing, they are hot right now. They're playing very well. Everything's clicking for them. And they're looking to bring home that title on Friday night to close out the season.
Southeast Warren, Cody Reynolds, thank you so very much for your information. Congratulations on a great season. And Southeast Warren will finish the year at 24-3. Sigourney, 25-7. You get to play Martinsdale St. Mary's. All finals will be live streamed on iowapbs.org and also in all 99 counties on broadcast. 5A, 4A finals tomorrow, 3, 2, and 1 on Friday for the entire crew on the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. To my colleagues, thank you so very much for all of your hard work and bringing you the information, and the directors and the photographers behind the scenes. For Laura, we still got work to do. I'll see you Friday night. For all of us here in Fort Dodge, Sigourney advances to the final 6-1. Thank you. Good night.